Are there any changes on the agenda?
No.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the agenda as written.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. The minutes from January 14th meeting, we'll review them. Any questions? You don't have
No.
Anybody see any changes that are needed?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay,
I'll second.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same, motion carries. Financial reports.
While you're reviewing the bills, general fund, we have a cash balance of 1.584 million. Pepel's 86,000. Save is $322,229. Debt service $38,630. Management is 176,779. Nutrition 71,164. Activity is 88,500, and trust and agency 127,739.
What's the other in the nutrition fund, the $10,000?
Can I see it?
Is that summer?
It's a negative.
Oh, that would be stuff that's accrued back,
Okay,
like checks were wrote like in July, but actually had to go against last year, so.
oh, okay, okay.
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
Oh. We're on the financial items, financial reports.
So I'll make a motion to approve the financial reports.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, public items of discussion. Nothing? Board items of discussion is calendar.
Just looking at the calendar for next year, Mrs. Holmes shared it with the high school staff. I'm not sure if Mrs. Tracy has down here yet. The only comments we got back were actually that we were asked by the staff to align spring break, make sure we aligned it with the colleges for those kids that have taken dual credit classes. So we'll make those adjustments in it, and then we'll have the hearing next month.
Okay.
Other than that, I think the feedback has been pretty good.
Mhm.
I've had a couple of conversations with Mrs. Ackerman and Mrs. Miller. We're not ready to start negotiations yet. They're supposed to meet tomorrow night, but every time they're supposed to meet, I think it's their fault that it's snowing.
Nature.
But-
There's not a sign out there that said let it snow when I walked in.
Yeah, it's not for me. But other than that, I think that they had an alternate day set up for Thursday this week. So then we'll get a hold of, I don't remember which two of you guys are on the negotiating team this year. You and Liz again?
No.
Or Bobby.
Oh, you and Bobby, okay. So then, as soon as that happens, we'll get together and we'll do their first exchange, and then we'll just sit down, figure ours out, get it back to them, and then we'll exchange, and then probably meet right after we do our exchange back.
I was pushing snow the other day and the clown on the radio was playing Christmas songs, so.
But, a conversation with Mrs. Miller today sounds like, the general consensus between all of us is that it should go pretty easily.
Now, this is a calendar where we're changing the start and end time of school.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, no, the purpose of doing that was to give the kids more time off during the year for
Well,
snow days, or is it more
But
for
it does multiple things. It extends our class periods at the high school, but it'll also, it'll be 10 days that we don't have to transport people, don't have to have people in the buildings, but it also gives us a way that if we have snow days, it's a lot easier to either make them up or forgive some of that. So, but the reason we haven't been able to do
cut
it,
off 10 days from the school year.
yes, it'll meet the
last
1,080 hours, but
It
not
was
the
May
180 days.
20th, starting same time, but like this year, what was our last scheduled day originally? Was it the 28th?
The 20, it was 23rd.
23rd, right here.
And we're already
Oh, okay.
counting today, or counting tomorrow, we'll be at June 6th.
No.
So, no, we're not.
You'll be there alone, I'm like, stop by, Susan.
And the hour
That's the
change,
best
I know
thing I
it's
think
in
is having all
but
the
the hour
buildings, especially
change
this year, but
was
this next
starting
year.
here.
It'll be
You know,
starting
like
at,
having a lot of
I
stuff
have
like
on the
that,
other
and it's
calendar. That's
Yeah,
this year's.
That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
okay,
it's
And
here.
you
It's gotta
still have
be
like
here.
a whole
I think-
week
pretty sure it was on the
where you're not even
1924
into June yet if you did have to.
Have you heard of like anything besides?
I talked to some people at church.
Oh,
and they
wait,
liked
there it is.
Especially the idea, like what's an extra
8:05.
15?
Yeah, 8:05 to
Anyway,
3:20,
'cause most of our
both
kids
goals.
are already here by
It just
7:45.
really is 5 minutes earlier, 10 minutes later every day.
Like
Yep.
people that have little kids, if
Right.
that would mess their schedule up.
The bus schedule, but did we think that, do
It's
the
gonna-
buses have to go out that much earlier because of breakfast, or can
No.
it somehow?
No, the buses are already here in plenty of time. The buses are here by 7:45,
Right.
so it's not gonna affect any of that at all.
That's the only thing I did hear is.
The biggest thing will be the
ones that- yeah.
transportation back and forth and making sure, we might have to adjust start and end times just a little bit, but as for right now, that's where we're at, so.
Yeah.
And we'll work on that this spring and.
Country people, you know, that already have kids getting on pretty early,
Right.
are wondering if it would go.
That's
Oh,
what I was
even
afraid of, for
yeah.
kids
Nope.
getting home early.
Nope.
Good.
It's only a 5-minute change,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
won't be.
Okay,
so we'll have that back for next month.
sounds good. Classified, our early retirement second reading.
We just need to do the second reading on that. We had the first reading and just need to approve the final.
I didn't note it on there,
It's on-
because it's
it's
on
on the
last
last
one.
Yeah, it was on last month and there wasn't any changes after that. so.
Okay. Are there any questions on it?
I'll make a motion to approve the early retirement second reading.
Okay. I'll second it. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed the same, motion carries. Wrestling sharing agreement.
We just need to approve the wrestling sharing agreement for next year. Clarksville approved it last night.
Okay.
It's gone
Just
really
keep
well.
everything-
Just keep everything the same as it is currently.
Okay. Need a motion to approve the sharing agreement?
keep right.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Oh,
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed same, motion carries. Budget public hearing for April 8th.
We
Says
just-
that. Next meeting in Green at 6 o'clock.
What's our
That'll be here.
snow date on
Here at
that?
Allison. Or no,
We have a-
next month is March.
Next month is March.
So that would be back
It's gotta be
here
done by
now.
April
Last year it's
15th.
snowing with the
I know.
20th of April. or whatever.
Yeah, I know. So we just,
So
yeah,
it's
I
in
recommend we set that for
Allison.
April 18th, or April 8th at 6
6
PM in Allison.
Okay.
We can't have a survey on that, we have to do it.
Yeah. Because it's gotta be published.
Yeah, I know.
We'll have to have that meeting no matter what.
It could be a virtual
Have
one.
to call it in,
Yeah,
huh?
might have to.
Oh, let's,
I've done that
We
before.
can do Google Hangouts.
We've had enough snow for by then. All right, I need a motion to approve the public hearing for April 8th.
I'll make a motion to approve the public hearing for April 8th.
Second.
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Makeup days.
Right now, I propose that we use April 22nd, which would be the Monday after Easter, as a makeup day, and then May 24th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, June 3rd, 4th, 5th, and just add anything else at the end, because as of tomorrow, it'll get us to the 6th with the kids, and then the teachers have one more day after that. So, we don't have anywhere else to put it in, and we've talked about Saturdays, I still think that's right to families, take away their family time, so.
And not the
Yeah.
19th, not the day before, April 19th.
That's Good Friday.
Right.
I'm not touching Good Friday,
Okay.
so.
I didn't know, they took it away at work, you know, as a
Well,
floating holiday now instead of the
yeah.
actual holiday. I didn't
Yeah,
know if people would rather add that on
no,
that's fine.
That one's not one I will mess with.
And I saw, I think it was Minnesota that was gonna file for something.
Minnesota's governor is going to forgive some of the days, but Iowa's not. That's a done deal. They've already said that they won't do
or.
that.
What about last year, didn't we use, this is just throwing this out there, comp day and counted it towards?
We already counted them this year, though.
Oh, we did,
Yeah.
so we've
When we
already.
set the calendar this year, we counted them when
Okay,
they're 180.
okay, so the 29th and the second are already counted.
Yep.
Okay. Okay,
Good question. though.
I knew we did
I don't know
that.
how you
So is
remember
it-
all that stuff.
I don't know.
So is it
I
better to go then by days or hours?
Hours. And the reason that we haven't in the past, Bobby, is that because of the master contract, it was too hard to make adjustments, but we'll make adjustments to what goes in the contract or the handbook this year when we sit down, and it'll come within near the same amount of hours. It'll just be different in the number of days, because we'll just extend the workday. So. Yeah, I know.
I'll fight you on
And
that
if we
one.
had a bunch more, I mean,
Yeah, we'll have to figure something out, then if we
Maybe-
get more, then we could talk about doing a
Like
Saturday.
during
or
a
something.
day. I mean,
Yeah.
because we're on days, so I mean,
We can't do half days, it's gotta be at least the minimum 6 hours.
so it could be like a 2 hour delay sort of a deal. I mean, why would you then?
Yeah, well, as often as we can, we'll do hard surface roads
Right.
or delay.
Well, I was thinking if you did a Saturday, if you could do like a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's gotta be a minimum of 6 hours, unless it's for emergency, like a 2 hour late start. because of
Yeah,
roads.
right. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I don't really see it. I agree with you. I mean, there's really nothing else we can do.
No,
And we've counted with both parent-teacher conferences.
yep.
Everything's tied up.
Yes.
Everything's tied up. So, that's that. All right. What do we do on this? We
Just need an
we need a
action.
motion?
Yeah.
Okay. So I need a motion to approve the makeup days as listed, just taking away basically the 22nd.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say motion carries. Personnel.
Okay, personnel, we have resignations from Jasmine Spratt from nutrition, Mike Martson from bus driving, Eileen Cheney from high school secretary, which is acceptance of the early retirement package, and Dave Brown from boys basketball. I would recommend that we accept them with the caveat that Dave Brown with boys basketball will be with finding a suitable replacement. And we did that to Mr. Clipperton last year, or 2 years ago, just because it's hard to find coaches sometimes. Do we want to do those also?
Just the one of them.
Okay, and then contracts, we have Emily Wilms for junior, senior high art for 1920. Isaac Almaline for high school athletic director for 1920. Tammy Wiedemann for food service effective immediately, and Jean Schnander for driver's ed for this year. And then substitutes, we have Michaela Vaughn as associate, that's my daughter Michaela, by the way. Chad Osterberg for associate and driver sub, and Christy Orta as a substitute associate. I would recommend that we accept those personnel actions.
I have a question on art, because we kind of talked about, I thought we kind of talked about maybe moving a teacher from the middle school up to art instead of cutting programs, because if we keep losing students, we're gonna have to
Well,
start cutting programs.
We're gonna have some conversations when we go to the executive session about some of that.
Are we going to exempt tonight?
Yeah, about 5 minutes.
Well, I don't want to vote on the art teacher then in this group. Or I have to vote no on the whole entire thing, right?
Yep,
I just think we need to talk about the art program.
we'll be okay with what we're doing. So, that's all I can say right now, but we'll be okay.
I don't know.
Sorry, your husband, Fergie's the only
Yeah.
one.
Well, I know, but we had
Has art.
talked, but we had talked about maybe moving her up to high school because we really don't need an art teacher at to
She wouldn't do
elementary.
it.
Well, I mean,
So-
that'd be better than having to start cutting programs, and I know
We
we still
don't-
have to talk about FCS, and I mean, I just don't know if we need a art teacher at the high school or in the middle school.
FCS, we haven't found a replacement yet. I think that we're at the point now where the only option that we have is to share it with West Fork for half a day. So there will be some savings there, and then we have some other things that we will talk about in exec session. There's just no teachers out there. And Mrs. Holmes even tried to find people that we could license alternatively, and it's not worked. So,
I just know our numbers are going down on students.
oh, no, I didn't know that. So,
I was just looking to see if she was
Yeah.
certified in.
I wasn't aware of that.
Do we have somebody who will replace the bus driver?
They're gonna give JR a shot. He's been doing a van route and he's licensed to do it, so Travis is gonna move him over to the bus route now. And it's something that we may have to think about, what we're gonna do at Parksville is that we are actually going to send anybody that's interested up to Nyack to school and pay for that and pay for them to get their license and all that. That way, all they have to do is they go in and take the test, and when they come back, they're licensed to drive a bus. That means we don't have to take them over to Hampton or somewhere else to take the test. It shortens the process up to about 2 weeks instead of having to have to do once.
I'll make a motion to approve the personnel recommendations.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? I'm opposed.
Motion carries. And then reports.
Principals and Mrs. Endelman have theirs attached. I really don't have anything this month because we've had so many snow days. So,
A little blip about your trip out west.
um,
Anything exciting?
well, if you count sitting in your hotel room sick for a day and a half, exciting.
Oh, no.
There were a couple of good sessions, but the stuff that goes with them is just so expensive, it's ridiculous. I did sit in on one good one that they talked about some of the technology that's coming down the pike and how to integrate that into the classroom. That was a really good session with Bill Baggett. But it was really, talked to some of the other superintendents from Iowa, there was a lot of sessions that were disappointing this year.
That's too bad.
It is too bad.
And I came back on Saturday instead of staying with Saturday sessions, which I know the general session on Saturday would have been good because it was Jim Abbott, who used to be a former professional baseball player with one hand, and he was gonna talk about adversity and working through that, but I needed to get back, otherwise I wasn't gonna get back till Monday morning. So,
Alright, then.
and it rained the whole time.
But it was
We'll
warm.
adjourn and then we'll move on.
Yep.
All right. Any motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion.